Everybody for coming out today. This is a great day for us. And I got to thinking about welcoming certain people and thanking certain people. And everybody in this room has got something to do with what we do for the Shriners Hospital. So instead of just saying, okay, thank you and thank you and thank you, I think we need to thank the whole group, because you guys are responsible for what we do for the hospital. So could I just have a applaud for everybody? Thank you all. It's a group that's come together, and each year we take the money and we give it to the hospital, and it's a great occasion for us. And without your all's help, the community's help, we couldn't do what we do. And I'm just tickled to death to be here today to do this part of it. And a lot of great people. I just wanted to do a brief history real quick about Hillbilly Christmas in July, because some may not really know what we do and how we got started. But back 20 years ago, we took some toys to the Shriners Hospital, and they said, we get a little bit low on toys around July. So we came back, and I got with Randy Jones. He was with WPRG radio station at that time. And I said, Randy, what do you think about getting together to do a little ride and take toys to the Shriners Hospital? He said, good idea. Randy was on the radio. Everybody knew Randy. He could promote anything. Well, Randy jumped on it, and we started working on it. And the first year we went to the hospital with several motorcycles. We took a few toys, but somewhere or another we made $5,080 on that trip. We came back, we was thinking, well, this could be profitable. Maybe we could make some money for the Shriners Hospital. So we came up with this idea that we'd raffle a motorcycle. So I went to West Blackburn and owned a Harley-Davidson store, and I talked to him about a motorcycle. And now listen, this guy didn't even know West Blackburn. To walk in and say, will you give us a motorcycle? It's a big ordeal. He said, yeah. He said, I'll let you have a motorcycle. I said, when do we have to pay for it? He said, when did you ride over? I told him. You got to the end to pay for it. I said, so we can load it up and haul it all over the place and sell tickets. Yeah, we'll be all right. So that's how we got started on the motorcycle business. And Randy and I, we went down to the hospital, and we were talking to the board of directors at that time. And they took us in this big room and said, hey, what's your plan here? What's the focus? And I said, well, we plan on selling chances on this motorcycle, and you would get all the money. Okay, how much do you think you're going to make? I said, $100,000. Well, about that time, Randy kicks me under the table, and we walked out, and he said, why did you tell these people you're going to do $100,000? I said, I don't know. It just came into mind. Well, end of that year, we took $100,000 to the hospital. Don't know how. We had a lot of people give us money. Had one real good donation of $30,000 that year. But we did it. And since then, it's been like, God will take care of you. He'll make it work. But during that course of time, we started taking on different projects. And we want to do more for our community, more for our kids. So we came up on the idea that we would like to do a totally handicapped playground. Didn't have a clue where we're going to put it. And at that time, Donovan Blackburn said, Jimmy, why don't you go to Big Sandy Area Development? Said they do grants. I said, okay. So I went down and talked to those people, and I said, we'd like to build a totally handicapped playground, and we want to see if y'all could help us get some money. They said, well, where do you plan on putting it? I said, don't have a clue. Well, Pike County, Pikeville, where? I said, I don't know. We don't have any place. Well, you need to find a place first. Oh, and by the way, do you know how many playgrounds? I said, well, probably Pike County. Well, do you know how many playgrounds are in Pike County? I said, I had not a clue. She told me. Boom. I said, well, that's good. She said, do you know how many is in Pikeville? No. She told me. I said, well, how many of these are totally handicapped? None. I said, we want to build a totally handicapped playground. Oh, so that's different. We could probably work a grant. If you could come up with $50,000 we could probably do a matching grant for $50,000. I said, well, sounds good. I said, let us start work on it. I said, let me see what we can do about the property. I came back, and at that time, Donovan Blackburn, city manager of Pikeville, he worked with the city, and he said, we can get you a piece of property at Bob Amos Park behind the RV park. We got a piece of property there. If you want to build a playground, you can put it there. I said, okay. What we can do is we will buy the equipment. Can you all furnish the labor and the supplies to do this? He said, yes, we'll take care of that. I said, okay. So we started this adventure, and it took a couple of years to do it. And matter of fact, during that time, Randy passed away. So we dedicated that playground to Randy Jones. That's why it's the Randy Jones Memorial Playground. But it took us a couple of years to do this, but we have over $300,000 in that playground. And we were trying to get it together. We wanted to go see some playgrounds in order to be able to put the equipment that we wanted in it. Come to find out, there was not another totally handicapped playground in the state of Kentucky. This was the first of the type that we want to build that ever came to the city of Pikeville, or in the state of Kentucky, I'm sorry. But to think that we did this with the help of this community, and I'm telling you, it was the help of the community, because we sold brick for $100 a piece to help do this, plus donations, and we had people giving us $2 at a time to do this. But it worked great, and after we got it finished, the city ended up being the most playful city in the USA, and I think our playground helped them get it. So that helped the city, it helped us, but it helped our kids, because if you think about it, all the playgrounds around here, they have the mulch. You can't roll a wheelchair. You can't do a walker. You can't do this, through this mulch stuff. Our pour in place rubber and glue in this playground, it let everybody come in. Not only the kids, but you think about the parents or the grandparent that may be in a wheelchair that would like to spend time with their child or grandchild. So they can come in and do this. So I was really excited about our playground. To think that we did this was just super fine. And it was everybody, the community. And then a few years later, the toy drive really popped up big. Double Quick got involved with us, and they started taking up toys. The toy drive, we were taking trailer loads of toys to the Shriners Hospital. When we rolled in there in July, they didn't need toys till next July. I mean, this is how many. They counted these toys throughout the years. And finally, when they moved the hospital down to where it is now, off of Richmond Road, we had over 50,000 toys that we had taken down there. Now, you put a $10 value on 50,000, that's $500,000 in toys that this community took to the Shriners Hospital. And that's something we kind of forget, but I will never forget it. Well, we kind of got with some of the clubs around here, and transportation was a big thing that we could do, because our kids needed transportation to the hospital. They had some, but we wanted to do something as far as Hillbilly Christmas in July to help our kids. So we purchased a van in 2017 and gave it to El Hasa Temple for transportation for their kids in this area. And if you take this area, you've got over 300 kids just here in Pike County. And if you take Pike, Floyd, Johnson, Naughton, and Letcher counties, you're looking at over 1,100 active patients that go to the hospital. So this is very important to us that we make sure they get transportation to the hospital. And then we get back into the money. We're taking money down, and we get to thinking here last year, well, it's been a little while since we've done something special. So we got with Oleka Temple and Florida County Shrine Club and talked about them with what they needed as far as a van. And lo and behold, their van was ready to be replaced. It was just about done. So our group decided that we would do them a van. This van was a little bit more expensive than the last one. This one turned out about $45,000. But we did pick it up a couple of weeks ago. They have it now, and they're using it. So the van, we've done a playground, toys, 2 vans, plus a little bit of money. I think with the playground and all the other stuff, I'm looking at over $870,000 that we have done in toys, playgrounds, and vans. And we're sitting here with about $955,000 that we have taken to the hospital in 19 years. So kind of our goal this year was to try to meet that $1 million goal on the money side of it. And we've worked hard at it, but this year, you know, with the van and the other stuff coming up, we may end up a little bit short this year, but I just want everybody to know that we have worked our butts off, and everybody in this community has helped us a whole lot with it. So just a little bit about what we do, but you know, everything we do for the hospital with the money and all the other stuff that we do, the hospital will not shut down because Hillbilly Christmas in July doesn't make a donation. Transportation will not quit because we don't buy them a van. The one thing that we can do in our community is pass these little cards around. And on the back of these cards, it gives you a number that you can call directly to the Lexington Shriners Hospital. If you have a child that you think is just not standing right, it's not walking right, I just feel like there's something wrong with my child, from birth to 18, these little cards have got a number on it. You call directly to that hospital and say, hey, my child needs help. Can y'all help me? They will set you up with an appointment. If you need transportation, they will get a hold of the nearest Shrine Club and make arrangements to get you transported to that hospital. Now, I'm not just talking about just certain things, but now I know in Dayton, they do other stuff like birthmarks, the ears that come out. There's so much stuff that is done. If you have any kind of issue with your child, call the hospital and let them tell you, we can help you, or we can't help you, or maybe we can help you find who can. So this little card is very important, and everywhere we go, we pass these out. But make that call. If there's any doubt in your mind about your child between birth and 18, make that call and see if they can help you. And if they can't help you, you're just out of phone call. But that's pretty well the history of our little Hillbilly Christmas in July and 20 year. And very happy to have Camry here with Shriners Hospital. And I'd like for her to come up and kind of talk to you a little bit about what they do. And I know she knows a lot more about the hospital than I do, for sure. I mean, we're just here to make money. But Camry, would you please?
Thank you, Jimmy. Hi, everyone. My name is Cambry Gossett, and I'm the Senior Director of Philanthropy at Shriners Children's Lexington. So I've been with Shriners just over 3 years now and have come to get to know this community and many of you over that time. And I must say, and I've told Jimmy several times, that Hillbilly Days continues to be just one of my most favorite events that I get to go to each and every year. So while you all may be very familiar with our hospital and what we do, for any of those watching, we provide any kind of orthopedic care for kids, whether you've sprained your ankle, broken a bone, or you have scoliosis, clubfoot, cerebral palsy, and anywhere in between, we can help take care of. We obviously provide that care regardless of the family's ability to pay or their insurance status, and that is because of the people in this room. You are the reason why that we continue to be able to offer world-class care to our families. A lot of people think that because it's, quote unquote free care, that it is less quality. And that is just simply not true. We have world-renowned physicians that work at all of our facilities each and every day to benefit our kids. I do want to mention our Roadrunners. Jimmy and the Hillbilly Christmas in July group donating the van is so important to us. besides the cost of healthcare, transportation is a huge barrier to allowing people access to the care that they need. And so for us to be able to rely on our Shriners and our wonderful volunteers to bring those kids to us just is absolutely amazing. So we are seeing right now about 150 kids each day at the hospital. 150 kids are walking through our doors for care. We have a little bit of a wait time right now, actually, right? It's a great problem to have. We continue to grow. Some changes that are happening at the hospital, we're talking about renovating a couple of our rooms so that we can fit more patients at the hospital. We actually just opened a new room, which we can now do hip ultrasounds in our facility. And so for kids with hip dysplasia, where they struggle with their hips popping out of their sockets, we're now able to get those ultrasounds done right at their appointment. They don't have to make another appointment over at UK and wait several weeks. So we're continuously making changes at our facility to benefit the kids and their families. So thank you guys so much for having me here. If there's any questions that you have, please just let me know. I will say, and I've mentioned it a couple of times, but next year is our 100-year anniversary as a hospital system in Lexington. And we are so incredibly proud to be here 100 years and plan to be here many hundred years more. But so 2026, we're going to have several celebrations at the hospital. We would love to have you all come and celebrate with us, basically throwing a huge birthday party all of 2026. So please come stop by. If you're in Lexington, give us a call. We'd love to give you a tour of the facility and show you the amazing work that you guys are able to do for us. So thank you all so much, and thank you, Jimmy, and the whole group for all of the work that you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we'll put her on speed dial. So if we need to know anything, Camry, you will have to do it. This time I'd like to start with our checks. Larry, have you got your check around? You know, while they're getting everything in order here, Larry and Judy and Riley, they do a ride each year in Memorial Day, and they have for years. And they give us their check, and we put into our money at that time. So when we say our money, they've already donated their check, so don't look for them to have another check. So
I got you.
But Larry, if you would you like to come up and say a few words? You guys have been super, and it's every year that you do this, and we really appreciate it. Riley?
I don't have much to say. I'm just proud to be part of this. I was explaining to someone this morning, everybody's got a cause, and a long time ago, I just said my cause was the children. And I've been to the Shriners Hospital. I've taken kids to the Shriners Hospital. And so I'm just so proud. And my family here has stepped up, and even if I don't show up, they do a wonderful job. So thank you.
Riley, you gotta say something. I know, doggone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Go get your check.
Okay, yeah. It's right here.
Get over and get a photo op, get around your check.
Yeah. Okay, Gary, you're the cameraman.
Come here, like, hold on, Dad, and get it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much. This group has been really good to us for a long time, so thank you so much again. Heath, you got your check out there? We do this check thing, we got to roll it around a little bit to remark and redo, so while Heath's getting that together, Adam, come up here a minute. You know, Adam sets up at Hillbilly Days each year, him and Heath and Wayne and the whole group down there, and they sell T-shirts and all kinds of stuff, and they've been doing this for years. I mean, I'm gonna say probably about 15 years now, because Adam, he would go with us when we go to the Laxton to do the check presentations, and we would do it down there. But then, you know, you get to look around, and it's hard to drive to Lexington to deliver a check. So we decided that we would do it here, and that way our community could see what we're doing and be a part of it. So that's how we changed this thing around. But Adam, for years, has been setting up, him and his group, and they do all this work, and I'm sure the money they give is more than what they made selling T-shirts. I know that, but they're dedicated every year for what they do, and I really respect them and thank them so much for what all they do for Hillbilly Days and the work that they put into this thing for the Shriners Hospital. And they are as dedicated as Larry and us, because they're in for it for the same reason we are. Adam, thank you so much for you.
I appreciate Jimmy. You know, Jimmy's very much been an inspiration to the community, and through that inspiration, you know, while we was at Hillbilly Days for 3 days, we decided to, you know, do our part. And it's a small part, but over the years, we're over 100,000 mark, I think, just ourselves with T-shirt sales. Of course, we couldn't do it without the community and all the gracious hillbillies that descend upon the streets of Pikeville year in and year out. And they make it a habit to stop by our booth and get one of our OG T-shirts. Heath Wiley does a yeoman's job helping our company achieve the goals that we set each year. And this year, we've got another pretty substantial check. Heath, go ahead and display that for us. Another $10,000, Jimmy, to the cause. And it's an honor to be a part of this, and just appreciate Jimmy for bringing us in, and the Shriners Children's Hospital for what they do for the children. It's God's work, but we're really honored to be a part of it, and thanks, Jimmy, for having us out
Can we
this
get
evening.
some pictures?
Absolutely, let's get pictures.
I've got a photo group over here. Get in there, camera. You
Where you wanna
hanging there
get?
with them.
Jimmy, come over here with us. bud.
Adam's going to adopt me as his grandpa.
And you never slow down. I mean, you know, it's hard to do, you know, without a leader, and you've been a leader in philanthropy here in the mountains, and great work, Jimmy. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any donations they'd like to make today, or if not, then
We have one from the Hillbilly Days Race Committee. From the half marathon. And
yes.
Thanks again.
Thank you, baby.
Okay.
Was this another check?
Yeah.
I didn't have my hearing aids turned up high enough. Sorry. This is all good, you know. I'll tell you, it's we never know when we're doing this. We shoot from the hip a lot, so don't get too mad at me. But you can see that I don't know a whole lot about what I'm doing, but I do love what I'm doing. So, especially for his money coming in, we will wait on that check, and we will deposit that check. But our group is, they've been good, and I look at this guy sitting over here, you know, over by himself, you know, Sean Dameron with Dameron Furniture, and he's just taking it all in, and big asset. Thank you so much, Sean, for all that you've done for us, and the continued support. He's always right there, and always good to have you, buddy, and all the stuff that you do. Got
We've all got common cause in mind, that's helping that next child.
That's it, and you know, we'll say that again while they're doing this check, that like Cameron said, you need to give them a call to the hospital, and if you see any of us out, Hillbilly Christmas in July, you can just about bet that one of us has got some of these cards in our pocket. So we push these things hard because the most important thing we can do is to find that one child that needs help. And we may never know it. I mean, we talk to people, and then they come up to us maybe later, you know, and they say, well, we made that call, and they took us right in. And we think, well, that's great, but I wish we'd known earlier, but we'll take any of them. But when you pass the card out, you don't know for sure when or where it's going to work or how. But as long as we find that child, whether we know it or not, then we met our goal. I don't care if it's money or whatever we do, that we definitely looking for that one child that needs help. And we will continue to do what we do. And all of our guys, I can't say enough about them, what they do and the time they put in. Yes, Mike?
Have you got more than one of them cards? Have you got any with you?
They've got them out there somewhere. But old Mike comes up here and wanting a card, and guess what? He hands them out. I'm telling you, if you're out about, Mike's sitting there going boom, boom, boom. In your pocket. Just in your other pocket. Look here. I lost. Oh, God.
We made it.
Come up here. Gosh, it's a shock. Let me tell you, the runners here in Pikeville, you all sneaked in on me.
I know,
I was-
sorry.
Usually Allison's here, but we snuck
Yeah,
in.
usually Allison's with us, she had to be gone, and then I barely made it, but
Yeah,
we're here.
this, shooting from the hip again, boy, I'll tell you what. The runners here in Pikeville during the Hillbilly days, I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about what they do to this old man. They have to run on Sunday. Well, anybody that knows me knows that from Thursday through Saturday, I'm wide open. It's boom. So they decided they want to have this run Sunday morning at 6 o'clock. So, Jimmy, can you roll your outhouse up here to our starting point? Sure. What time do you need it there? Can you get there about 5 in the morning? Okay. So, just to let y'all know what they do. But for years, they have been going to the Lexington Shriners Hospital also and doing their check presentation. And when we started doing it here, it was good convenience for everybody so we could do this. And I know a lot of people, they do it through their lunch hour, and it's just such a big difference. But you guys have been a big part of Hillbilly Christmas in July and the Shriners Hospital for years. I'd have to look back. I saw some pictures that popped up, history, and you all were in it when we were going to Lexington. So
I think we've been doing this 11 years.
you come over here and tell this.
Oh, gosh, no.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that the Pikeville Running Group started in 2014, or 2014, so 11 years, I think, that we've been doing this. We added a half marathon last year, and then the city made us move the run until Sunday, so then now Jimmy has to come out on Sunday instead of Saturday. But gradually, the race has grown, and we've had participants come from Colorado, Florida, I think maybe one from Canada.
We've had people all
Yeah.
over, and we've got a big group next year that
Already,
contacted us
yeah.
already that said that they want to bring like a couple dozen people from
Mm-hmm.
like South Carolina, that they do events every year. So it's by expanding to the half, it's really started to catch
Yeah.
on, and it's really becoming an event that people look forward to on Hillbilly Days weekend.
Yes, and we hope that every year that it grows, we'll be able to donate more money, so we're happy to be here.
You have really shocked me. I know normally y'all do around 2,000, and to see $8,500, I'm like,
We were hoping for 10, but the expenses kind of doubled on a couple things this year, so that kept us from getting to our goal. But next year, hopefully, we can surpass.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
With, the combination of all we do, and they helping us with Hillbilly Christmas in July, and I know it's through Hillbilly Days and everything, but the thing we're doing here is they write their check and it goes directly to that Shriners Hospital. That's what we encourage. That's why we have this day here, because these people they know exactly where their money's going. They pull it together, they write a check, and it's going to go directly to the hospital. That's what we're about. That's what it's got to be.
And we have a whole team. Unfortunately, the rest of them couldn't be here. Like, we have a crew, and we couldn't do it without each and every one of them. They all take on a different role. We all do. I mean, Jacob does a lot of the coursework, a lot of the really hard stuff. But we have a big committee that really puts a lot of time and effort into it, takes a lot of pride in it, so.
We have to meet
We're-
all
yeah.
year, and it's a lot of work, just getting ready up into the event, and then the actual event itself, basically that whole weekend, we're all, you got Hillbilly Days going on, everybody's doing that stuff, plus we're trying to get the course ready and then have to run the event, but.
And
it's
we're in the
obviously-
middle of madness, and then we hear something coming down the street, and we look around, and here he is pushing an outhouse at 5 a.m, so it's awesome.
But you know, we have this little saying with all of us, we do it for the kids.
Yes, yes.
So I think everybody in this room is doing it for the right reason, and it's for the kids, and y'all have blown me away. Because now, we got people back here trying to figure out what our check's gonna be, because we're just trying to add it all
Yeah.
up. So we're on hold here. Donna, how you doing? Hey, thank y'all so much.
She's glad I
Can
finally
we get some
showed up.
pictures here?
Yeah.
So incredible. Holy cow. And here's,
Yeah, let's hold this
if
up.
you guys are ever like in our area.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, okay, thank you. So I guess we'll just, oh, I'll let you hold on, I'll just get behind you. Here, we kind of each other. There we go.
I love getting these big pictures.
Okay.
Everybody likes a big check.
I love it.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you all for having us.
Oh, and by the way, you tell your other group, they miss food.
Oh, I'll tell them, and I'm gonna
Okay.
grab some.
You can,
I'm hungry.
you know, this is something, they sneaked in on me because I kept looking for them at 11. And, they come in a little bit late, but you know something? The check that big, you can come in late as you want to. We will take it. So I guess our group's back there trying to figure out something, I don't know what it's gonna be yet. Don't even know what the total is, but, the total's good, but the most important thing is to find that child. And we will find it with the help of everybody out here. And, I've run out of food, run out of. Anybody have anything that I have missed today? This is the quietest crowd I've ever been around. You know, it's bad when you're on TV and you can't come up with something to say. That's bad for me. Bad image. I'm telling you, it's a bad image to be standing here in the blank mind, but
Jimmy, do you want me to tell a patient story?
please come up here.
Okay.
We need help right now.
I told Jimmy I could tell you guys a patient story, if that's all right. So we have this young lady right now. She's 7 years old. She's just from south of here, and she was in a really terrible accident earlier this year. She was actually in a train accident, and it had severed both of her legs. Now, I'm sure as you can imagine, they're a family of 5. They've got 3 kids, and this young lady is the youngest of that group. A huge shock to the family. I'm sure as you can imagine, their whole world has changed. It is flipped upside down, and it's difficult to know how to move forward, right, in a situation like that. Luckily, she survived the accident and found her way to Shriners. We can have a prosthetic ready for kids in about 6 weeks. So Shriners has our own company that we work with to create our prosthetics so that we can create them with the quality that we need at a lower cost instead of giving it out to another company where the prices are going to be much higher. So we have those kinds of resources within our Shrine system to be able to do that. So what we were able to do in 6 weeks after her first appointment was get her 2 new prosthetics. She's now up and walking. She actually picked, what is the Encanto? It's her favorite movie, and so her prosthetics have all of the characters from Encanto on both of her prosthetics. She's up and walking, and she's coming back regularly now for physical therapy and occupational therapy. But what makes Shriners, I think, so unique and so different is that we have our care management team who make sure that kids are not only well while they're at our facility and at the hospital, but outside the hospital as well. So this particular family had some very special circumstances that they needed help with. And because of the help of our Shriners and other community members, we were able to get some of those resources for her. And so she is a very special patient of ours, but, are we ready, Robert? Okay, perfect. And I didn't mention it earlier, but I do want to say that building the accessible playground is so incredibly important for our patients. I did not realize there had not been one in the entire state of Kentucky, but being able to support people of all abilities at these spaces, I think is becoming increasingly, it's always been important, but I think just more awareness. And so thank you guys so much for doing that. I had no idea. That's amazing. I love it.
You know, when you mentioned that, Syersville has just built another totally handicapped playground from
Amazing.
our playground. They came up and looked at our playground. Syersville now has a playground that's actually looks better than ours. So commend them, and they'll be doing the opening on it here in the next couple of weeks. They're going to give us a call, so if we can, let's go down and be a part of it. But that'll be 2 in this area that are totally handicapped. So tickles me to death that we got to be the first. But, you know, hopefully all these schools will catch on and all the communities will catch on, and we can do more of these handicapped playgrounds in these areas, because this is what our kids need. And I mean,
They deserve that.
you're talking about disabilities, but you're talking about kids that are the younger, probably up to around 11 years old, really enjoy these playgrounds with the pour in place rubber and glue. They just bounce off the floor, so it makes it real good for them. But I love to see more of these playgrounds built in the future, so thank you. Robert, what have you come up with?
All right. Ours this year, with all the contributions from today, we're at $42,000.
42,000. Well,
We're just a little shy of our goal, but we're all right.
Well, next year during our 100th year, you guys will hit your $1 million, and I think it'll be perfect.
that's a good year for, you know, what you think about 45 plus whatever we did here. I think that was a good year for
Amazing.
the Hillbilly Christmas in July and all the group here. That's what we've done. This is one daggone good day, as far as I'm concerned. Thanks to everybody to make this possible. $42,000 coming out of here today. Thank God and Graham. This is good. Thank you all so much for being out. And remember, we're looking for that one child that needs help. Find this card, make that number, make that call, and let's help kids get the help that they need. Anyone else?
Thank you.
We do it for the kids. Thank you.
Can we get a picture?
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Get this HCIJ group up here. With all these pretty shirts. We don't get to wear these shirts much in public.
They're snazzy.
I know, got your name on everything.
I like it.
If you get lost, you can say, "Did you see Robert?" Here, don't worry. Oh.
Behind me.
Get in there, baby doll. Get over here.
I am.
Right here, Jimmy.
And that way you can move that back and everybody get closer. Thank you. See, I told you I needed guidance.
Try to make us as pretty as you can. I mean, we need help.
There's only so much I can do, Jimmy.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. You do us another $10,000 article. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much. Get you a plate and take you some food with you.
Thank you, Jimmy, for all you do.
Me too. I know it's gonna be great.
Thank you for all you do.
Jimmy, you're amazing.
Bullshit.
Thank you.